Turkey, transcontinental country, located mainly on the Anatolian Peninsula in Western Asia with a small portion on the Balkan Peninsula in Southeast. And Syria, a Western Asian country located in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Levant, which is already suffering from a civil war. On February 6, a series of powerful earthquakes hit the border of these countries. The earthquakes caused destruction and loss, leaving a humanitarian crisis behind. The first quake, measuring 7.8 on the Richter scale, was the most powerful one and was followed by several aftershocks. In the afternoon, another quake, measuring 7.5, hit the region. And several days later, another earthquake of 6.4 magnitude struck, causing further damage and loss of life. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time this region has suffered such a catastrophe. But what causes these violent earthquakes? Let's dive deeper and look under the surface. The region where these earthquakes occurred is where three tectonic plates converge, causing a unique and potentially devastating type of earthquake. Tectonic plates are massive slabs of rock on the Earth's crust that are constantly moving. The Anatolia plate, which is actually a microplate due to its tiny size, is under constant pressure. It's being pressed upward against the Eurasia plate by the Arabia plate, which is squeezing the Anatolia plate westward. The boundary between the Anatolia plate and the Africa and Arabia plates are called strike-slip faults. When the friction between these plates becomes too much, they slip, causing a strike-slip earthquake. Thus strain is built. The build-up of strain eventually leads to a large earthquake when the fault ruptures and releases the accumulated energy, which is precisely what happened with the recent 7.8 magnitude quake. According to the U.S. Geological Survey (USGS), the strike-slip occurred along approximately 100 miles of the fault, which is about 20 miles shorter than most other strike-slip earthquakes. Due to the significance of these earthquakes for this fault system, it is likely that the accumulation of strain that was released during the quake had been building up for 300 to 500 years since the last earthquake. Experts have compared the energy released in the slip to that of the explosive 1980 Mount St. Helens volcanic eruption. The same thing occurred in Ikonozu 9 hours later, resulting in a 7.5 magnitude quake that was just 6 miles down. Since then, more than 285 aftershocks have followed both quakes. The USGS has referred to the area as tectonically active and unstable. This region is among the most complicated in the world due to the interaction of 4 different plates, resulting in complex tectonics. The town of Gaziantep, Turkey, where the first earthquake hit, is especially vulnerable because it sits near the meeting of 2 tectonic plates. The friction between these plates builds up over time, causing earthquakes at their boundaries. In this case, the earthquake hit a region where the buildings were not well constructed. The buildings collapsed in a specific order known as pancake collapse, where the base of the building collapses and the whole building falls on it. These types of buildings are common in underdeveloped countries like Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. They often have residential apartments on top, and the bottom floor serves as a commercial one, which is often made from soft material, while the upper part is made from concrete. These buildings are very vulnerable. As the quake hit the border area, where these buildings are common and mostly used by Syrian refugees for shelter, several people are trapped in the debris. The Turkish economy, which was already going through ups and downs before the earthquake, has suffered significant losses due to the damaging of buildings, homes, and other structures. The earthquake has led to business interruption, loss of productivity, and will add to the cost of rebuilding and repairing infrastructure. Exact cost estimates are difficult to determine at this time, but it could be billions of dollars. We hope that the situation will improve with time, but the lives of the people who have lost their loved ones will never be the same. The death toll is increasing day by day, with over 48,000 confirmed deaths and many thousands injured. In conclusion, the recent earthquakes that struck the Turkish-Syrian border have left behind a trail of devastation and loss. The human toll is immense, with countless families mourning the loss of loved ones and thousands more injured and homeless. Our hearts go out to those affected by this tragedy, and we hope that they will find strength and resilience in the face of adversity. It's important that the international community come together to provide aid and support to those in need. As we mourn the loss of life and begin the long process of recovery and rebuilding, let's remember that we are all connected and that it's our responsibility to help those in need. If you get value from this video, Subscribe the channel, turn on the bell icon and don't forget to like.